Now, of course, I'm going to explain one of our most important modules, the Apple module. So friends, what we're actually doing here is coloring a floor plan. Look, we have a floor plan like this one. I want to get this plan colored. I need to get rid of these details. I don't want these measurements and so on. I mean, I wanted to produce a nicely colored plan. Let's see how it does. It actually works very simply. You just drag and drop it here. Then you select the style you like. I'm going to select high luxury here. The others can work very well too. But for now, I want to select this one, friends. On the right side, we're setting the plan options. Right now, we're going to do the plan coloring. For the render type, I'm selecting 2D flat, meaning it's flat. I don't want the walls to be extruded or anything like that. This way, if you want, you can also write notes about your plan. For example, look, there might be a very specific area on the plan, like this bath. You could write something about it. I mean, you can write whatever you want here. For example, for the family room. Don't stick to the make it a bit different. Anyway, you get the idea. Let's visualize it. This also creates a very high quality visual. It performs this operation for 30 credits, but it does this with very accurate results. Our styles here are especially important. We've predefined these styles. It performs the floor plan coloring process based on these styles. So you can actually maintain consistency. You can render multiple visuals, multiple floor plans according to these styles here. Let's see what kind of result it gives. Yes, as you can see, it performed a floor plan coloring process like this. It created a two-dimensional colored floor plan. You can see the style here very clearly. It automatically detected the hard floors and so on. I want to draw your attention to something. Look, it wrote the text here from scratch, friends. It rewrites it. It deleted many of the details. I mean, the window measurements and so on were there. It opened the doors very nicely. I mean, this is a 10 out of 10 5-star plan that it created in just 1 minute, friends. Now, if you want, you can create a floor plan that's a bit more in-depth, meaning with extruded walls, more realistic, and with lighting. You can do this by switching to the 3D depth render type. There are 2 different render types here. Let's see what kind of result it gives when we click on 3D depth. Yes, as you can see, it's very nice. It performed a very realistic floor plan coloring process. Depending on the situation, you can use whichever one you want. There's also a custom style here. If you want, you can upload your own style from the internet and try to apply it directly. It gives good results here, especially if you use the styles of floor plans you've made before to achieve a similar visualization. It can achieve 80%, 90%, sometimes even 70% accuracy. If there's something it missed, you can add notes here to help create that exact style by experimenting. So by applying your own style and placing the same notes here, you'll get the same result. You can try it out in the custom style section here if you like. We wrote this specifically so you can reapply the work you've already done. Now, here's also a space visualization. Let's download this, guys. For example, let's say we want to create a visual display from this seating area. I suggest you stop doing this, artificial intelligence, because he can get really confused. For example, I prefer to crop the area where I want to create a visual representation. You can work without cutting, but it makes sense if you do. Now I'm going to drag and drop the image here. Where do I want to visualize this from? Right there. Of course, you can set the camera angle and so on here. But friends, I wasn't always sure it would yield good results. So sometimes it's like this, sometimes it's like that. For example, how about we put it here? That's what I think right now. Anyway, let him visualize it from somewhere. Look towards the windows. You can write this here. In this living room, I want a warm, welcoming family atmosphere. Dim lighting in the room. A beautiful atmosphere and a fantastic render at the height of the human eye. Let it be. Okay, guys? I want an artistic angle, something very realistic, you know. So you can write anything here. You don't have to write anything if you don't want to. That's also true. because the system automatically takes the floor plan you sent and the angle information you provided here and processes it accordingly. It's working. It's nice sometimes. Results. Am I getting it? Yes, but sometimes it produces absurd results, so it might not be irrelevant. It's possible. Therefore, you need to keep that in mind while working here. This is a risk. So in the end, you're spending money here, but you also have a high chance of getting out of a big mess. Therefore, by experimenting, you might be able to place and attach it in different locations, perhaps sometimes by changing its position with the left mouse button. The images I chose didn't just happen, they happened. Now it's up to you. Making the decision and working is entirely your own initiative, friends. Now we said it's a dimly lit environment. He did this and that, but he also put up things like stairs here. It didn't register the wall. Look, it put stairs here. I mean, something we didn't define. I think this prompt might have been a bit unnecessary. Let's, for example, move it a bit more to the center. Let's see what it will do again. Yes, friends, look, when I don't write anything, it seems I get a better result. But the walls, the windows and so on are a bit different here. Of course, it didn't make an exact one-to-one copy of this one. But this atmosphere more or less, especially this furniture style and so on, the luxury, this is very important here. Look, the style you used to visualize the plan before and the style you use here in the space visualization part must be the same. Pay close attention to this. That way you'll get spot on results.